Okay. Okay. Yeah, I am so sorry. I forgot about my mic wasn't even on the whole time. I should have noticed that with the light. But welcome to the stream, Eric. Once again. I am so sorry. I forgot I wasn't even on the whole time. Okay. Now we should be good. Give some more let some more people come in before we start officially. That is so crazy. Like the whole time I was recording, like a whole hour and a half, I forget my mic. That happens. I'm not gonna beat myself down for it. Just gonna start this for real this time. I forgot to turn it on. All I had to do was tap this and literally turn it on. That's all I forgot to do. So now we should be good. I am so sorry, guys. Like, literally, it's just a little light tap, and this light had to have been on for it to work. So, we're good now. Also, mind that it is football season, and it just started today, so they're probably watching the games, but at some point they'll see me on live, and we'll be on for a little while, but we'll just let a few other people come in. But, yeah, that's okay. Like, we all make mistakes, you know? No reason to beat yourself down. That's my dog you hear walking in the background, but that's my dog Tucker. Yeah, it's it's all right, man. It was a simple mistake. We all make them. I'm actually looking forward to it more this season too. But what team are you rooting for? Well, because I'm in Minnesota, so I'm not exactly rooting for any team, but people always give me crap because I live in Minnesota. They're like, support the Vikings. I'm like, I don't really look at it that way. I wish best of luck to every team. Like, I don't really care who wins. Like, just have fun, you know? That's all I'm doing is gonna have fun with picking, like, seeing which team goes to the top and wins. The New York Giants? Yeah, I don't really exactly know how long they I don't know how good or bad they are. Just I'm just watching the games, you know? Like I said, I'm not really rooting for any team. So, I'm just trying to get more into football, but I'm just not exactly ready to pick a team yet. So, I'd rather pick a team and stick with it, you know? Just like I did with school buses. Like, my favorite bus is a C2, and there's reasons why I love it. I have experience riding them. I don't have as much experience riding anything else. Like, the only other buses I've ridden were HDXs, we've ridden Visions, like, we don't have any CEs in our fleet, and I did show that off in stream earlier, but oh well. Yeah, if you love it, that's all that matters. Doesn't matter who you like or what matters is you enjoy it. That's the biggest thing. But best of luck to the Giants, though. Best of luck to them. Anyways, I'll just get to the stream. So, we were just taking a look at bus sales, but realizing that my mic wasn't on. So, let's get to that. And if you want to send me some stuff, Eric, that you want me to take a look at, just shoot it to my email and I'll take a look at it. So, my email's in the description. So, if you want me to take a look at stuff, just send it to me on email. I'll be happy to take a look at it. We were on Gov Deals, so. Hold on, I gotta turn off studio mode so you can see it. So we did take a look at the C2, but we could take a look at it again since I wasn't really recording my voice. But this is an Oklahoma bus and it's very small. For a 2020, I feel like this is kind of early for them to sell it, but I guess they're just trying to fulfill another need. So that's my guess, because the bus seems to be in pretty good shape, and I love these blue interiors. It's a 2020 model year. No wheelchair lift or anything, so that's kind of cool to see a shorty without wheelchair lift. Yeah, send it to me. If you want me to take a look at them on stream, just send it to my email. It's in the description. I'll be happy to take a look at whatever you want to show me. So. Yeah, you send me whatever you want me to take a look at. I'll show it to you right on my camera. Let me open my email in case if you do send me stuff. Oh, there's only one of these Evolve C2s up, but I've got one right here. So you've seen it on video, and it's still got its mirrors and stop sign. I usually keep it clean because I wipe it down every once in a while. I exit out of that. I mean, it should be in the description anyway. Let me double check real quick. Yep. So it's right there in the wait. Oh crap! Hold on. Hold on a sec. I gotta take off that 44 if I can. Let me pause my mic. Just getting it all set up here. Yeah, give me 1 second. I'm gonna fix that. Edit title and description. Take off that 44. There you go. That should do it. That's my correct email. So, Eric, if you want to send me those things that you want me to take a look at, again, just send it to that email. I should get a notification on that when you do. Anyway, so the point is we're going to take a look at that. So, we got a D3RE here that's got a 6-7 Cummins. This is a Washington spec bus. Yeah, like I said, if you want me to take a look at any of them, just shoot it to my email. I'll pull it up right on stream. Yeah, if you want to show me any pictures, if you want to show me anything you've got, I'll take a look at it on stream. I'd be happy to share what you guys have done or what you guys think and stuff like that. And I'll give you what I think, you know? I'll give you the best opinion I can. We did take a look at these, but the description said that these buses are not operational, which kind of stinks. These are some nice buses, but I guess they have some mechanical issues. Got a 2014 Vision. Yeah, just yeah. If you just again, if you want to send it to my email, it's in the description, and I will take a look at it on stream. Even though you have all those, just if you want to show me, send it, and I will pull it right up here on stream. So I will be happy to take a look at what you send me. That's the point of this stream, guys, is that it's you guys want to share some stuff with me, just send it and I will pull it right up on the stream. I made sure that I corrected my email address too, so I took off that 44. Here we got a 2012 C2, and I did mention that it's kind of unfortunate that they send this away because usually they put this in spare line and then retire it if it is no longer a need. That's pretty cool, man. Just Cameron sent me this lot last night. I can show you. He sent me this one, but I can pull it up here and show you again. We did take a look at this lot last night, but I can do it again. Okay, so we have StarCraft Quests here, and then we have some CEs that have yellow roofs. And it's weird that the yellow roof ones have warning light covers, but the white roofs do not. I prefer any IC with warning light covers. But these are some nice buses. Like these look like they have the winter fronts on them because they took this around July. They might get colder weather, so it looks like they have them on there. So yeah, so that's basically what they've got in this lot. So we got StarCraft Quest and all CEs here. But that's basically it for that. That's pretty cool. Very cool. And I could show you this other one he sent me last night. Oh, I copied that. Dadgummit. We did look at this one last night too. Once again, I'll show it to you. That's pretty cool, man. Like, I have watched your videos, so they are pretty cool, pretty good looking buses. Oh, I was facing the wrong way here. So, this is a Texas lot in Houston. So they have Visions, they have C2s, of course, and CEs. So they have all three conventionals to this day. It looks like they are an all conventional district. Here's their CEs. There's their C2s. Their C2s have black grills, which is pretty interesting. I like black grills. Can't go wrong with that. See if I can show off another part of their lot. If we can see anything. So here's more of their buses. There's Visions, there's C2s, and there's CEs. So that's basically all they have in this lot. Let me see. Let's look at Clark County now. Clark County School District in Nevada. Cameron has shown off this lot before. Where is it? It's got to be some... There we go. Right there. That's not what we want. Where is it? See. You'll see what they have pretty much at this point. I think this is it right here. No. I remember there's a bridge. Clark County School District Transport. See if this is the one we need. Yep. This is it. So you can see they have a ton and ton of HDXs. They are a big Thomas district. But so there was a past few years when they went to Visions. They should have a few Visions in this lot. But see, yeah, you can see there's a Vision right there, and there's more Visions along there. But then recent years, they went back to HDXs. So they got more street views, and these ones have the red reverse lights. I don't really care for those. Yeah, they are nice. Like, I think, in my opinion, the older ones that have the black around the black window posts, those are the ones that make me think of this lot. Let me see if we see. Here's one that looks like it's Florida spec, but they claim it to be Nevada. But let me see if I can get you a better angle of them, because I'm not really liking this angle that I'm getting. I mean, you could see the bus as well, but see, here's their Visions, and these were at the time Florida buses because they have no warning light covers and they have the yellow wheels. So These were, it's almost like Clark County was ordering Florida buses, but then make them Nevada spec'd. So they changed a few things up, but here's all their visions. But then after recent years, they went back to HDXs. But here's all their visions. See if I can see the rest of their HDXs, but this looks like all their visions. Because they did go back to HDXs right after that. Yeah, those are nice visions. I definitely agree. Let's see if we can... Okay, we were just here, but here's more of their visions. And see, right back there, there's their HDXs with the black window posts. That's what I love about Nevada, like Clark County's fleet, is all their Type A's with the black window posts. Like, they didn't just have HDXs with that. They had like ERs, EFs, A3REs, A3FEs. They've had Visions, and they have electric C2s in this fleet now too, but which I can't tell if they're anywhere near this lot. Let me see if I can find the rest of them. Probably not, but it's worth a try. Well, they've had a ton of different buses, but mostly they are HDXs. They are a big consumer of HDXs, but yeah, that's pretty much it for that. We took a look at a Maryland district, but let's see MCPS's Shady Grove district. Let's take a look at that lot again. Here's all their buses right here. Looks like we can get a good view inside the lot. Pretty cool. So here we got C2s and HDXs. Like, these guys are a big Thomas district, and Maryland is mostly a Thomas state. They are definitely big on consuming C2s and HDXs. But here's all their newer ones with the LED headlights. Looks like these are all shorties. They seem to have shorty C2s in the majority of their fleet. I think this is the rest of their full-size fleet. Yeah, so these seem to be their full-size buses. But here again, we've got HDXs, and it's like there's a panel, there's a C2 right here. Looks like it was taken apart. That's an '07 C2. That's pretty interesting to see. But yeah, that was an '07 C2 that the body's completely gone from it, but the engine is still here, the radiator, the front of it, it's all still here, so that's crazy to see, man. But oops. Come on. There we go. So here's some handy ones, and here's some HDXs down here that are entering the lot. Let me see if I can show you their full-sized ones. Maryland has some of the best spec buses, without a doubt. So we were over here. Let me see if I can scatter them over here. Dang, these trees are in the way. Alright then. Let me see if I can find Sci-Fair's main parking lot. Let's see if I can find their main one, because I almost found it last night. But figure we can scan them through here. I did show, I don't remember showing them off, but Cypress Fairbanks, and there we go. That's what I was looking for. I think. Let me see. Let me see if this is what I was looking for. No, that's... Is there another street view of buses? No, hold on. I almost found it. It's somewhere in this area. They have a few... I was told they have like 6 different parking lots of buses. But let me see if I can find the one he showed off. I remember. You can find it. We've done it before. Let's see if we can find it. Nope. It's somewhere along this road. This it? Nope, that's the healthcare center. We'll find it. Falcon Transportation. Does look like there's buses, so let's look at this one. I think we found it. Guys. This is the one I've been looking for. So here we got the CEs, and they have this looks like they're 2024s or they're newer ones that light up the school bus sign with the headlights. Here's some activity buses, and here's more CEs. Here's one of their C2s. Guys, these are some of the best spec buses you can ever find. So they have the tinted windows, all LED, like yellow lines on the bumpers. This is one of the best specs I've ever seen. They are some of the best. There's one that has the black window posts. Perfect specs, man. You can't get better than that. There's more street views, but here's their handy seat, one of their handy CEs. But here's the rest of their CEs, and it looks like there's a CE back there. There's more buses behind this one. But that's a good look of their CEs. But there's plenty more street views to look at. There's their Visions. There's their C2s. Here's another one of those black window post spec ones. Absolutely beautiful specs. Let's see if we can look at their spare line back there. They had all their internationals in 2011. There's a mix of Thomas internationals. There's a Wayne S series lifeguard. There's a Thomas 3800, Bluebird 3800s. They had a lot of internationals at this time of year. Mostly this was an international district. Until they got C2s and Visions. There's another Wayne right there. I'm guessing that's an S series. Yep. Yeah. So that was their spare line back in the day. Go to 2014. Here's all their Bluebird Internationals, and this CE right here is doing their pre-trip inspection. There's a Thomas 3800. Hold on, guys. Give me 1 second. I got a phone call. Hello? Hey, Mom. Sorry about that, guys. I got a phone call. So, anyways, so here we got the 1CE doing their pre-trip inspection. They got a few of them. Looks like school was in session when they did all this, but here's a first gen CE. I can look up some New Jersey specs. You do want to send me an address to my email? It's in the description. Send me an address and I'll take a look at it. So it looks like they recently got C2s around the 2017 model years or 2018s. This is a 2017 Street View, but you can see all their activity buses here. They're G5s. But yeah, you can't get better than these, man. These are some of the best spec buses you can find. Yeah, just send me an address, Eric, and I'll take a look at it. To that, well, I guess if you don't want to, then I'll just, pull one up. See if I can find you a good one. Suppose we can take a look at this one. See if I can find the bus lot. So here we go. Oops. Oh, okay, I don't know what I just did there. Don't have to pull that up. Show you the bus lot. There's a ton of buses in this lot, so. Can't see anything here. Oh, okay. Geez, there's nothing here, but it shows on the map. Okay, let me try a different street view. Nope. Okay, guess we'll skip that one. Here's something we can look at. Oh, we're not going to get much of a view, but we'll get something. Okay, so we have some call-ins and what I'm guessing VanCons. There's a C2 there. So we're in Lakewood, New Jersey. You can only see that C2 and it's a handy bus. Don't worry, Eric. We'll get you something to look at, man. We'll figure something. We'll pull something up here. Third time's a charm. Nope. There's a Roblox photo on there. There's a lot here. We're not going to be able to look at anything here. Okay. We'll keep trying. We'll keep trying. Looks like we can get something here. There we go. There we go. So we've got some CEs. We got some VanCon. That looks like a VanCon. There's a mid-bus. There's some CEs. There's some C2s there. I can tell by the grill. Looks like a Collins right there. Here's some Collins. Shorty CE. There's some longer Collins. Interesting. That's cool, man. Cool. So here's the second gen CE. Looks like a VanCon right there. There's a few mid buses. Trying to figure out what that is. Looks like a Type D of some sort. Okay. Oh, what am I doing? Okay, let's see what we got here. So potato quality. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to see much out of there. Okay, let's look at California buses. See what they've got. See if we can find one of LAUSD's lot. They have a few different lots. American Transportation. Let's see if they got anything. Oh, yeah. Let's see what they've got. I can see it. Boy, these buses are just in hiding spots. Gardena bus yard. See if we can see anything here. Oh, perfect. So we got a C2 that's got a front handy lift. There's some A3REs. The C2. CEs, we got a Minotaur. Got a HDX. Some vintage Thomases. This one's got 4-ways. Same with this one. There's some HDXs. We got some Collins, HDX. Some CEs. Got some C2s. More A3REs. It's a pretty good lot right here. Got some variety. I like to see that. Some C2s, CEs. Here's another A3RE with the jackknife door. Some A3RE looks like it's smoking. Or they're either that or just washing the engine, cleaning the engine. Ooh, here we got a 90s All-American right here. That's a 90s All-American because it has the square headlights. Oh, I know. I can do that if you want to see that. Got a HDX, got some CEs, A3REs, HDX, CEs. It's like an 80s All-American back there. Got a ton of buses here. This is LAUSD, so I'm not surprised. We got some Visions, a little different. Got a ton of Visions, got a ton of C2s. They look like they have lifts on them. Look like they're lifted off the ground a little bit. That's pretty cool to see. Unless if they're handy buses, then they have the smaller tires, so I'm guessing they're all handies. It's a good lot to look at. I like the variety. Here's some more A3s, HDXs, A3s. Looks like they have a ton of Type Ds. They have a mix of everything, so that's pretty cool. That's a good lot right there. How about Long Beach Unified School District? Let's see what they've got. See if we can see anything here. Oh yeah. They got HDXs. HDXs. Ton of HDXs here. Let's see if they have anything else. Can't see them very well. We looked at, how about Bellflower School District Transportation? Let's see if they got anything. We're not going to be able to see much. Not going to be able to see much here, but I guess we can look at see if we can see anything. No. We're not taking a look at first student buses. Let's see if we can find any other LAUSD lots. See if we can look at... Are there any buses here? It does look like it, but let's see if we can find anything. Okay. So, looks like we got Bluebirds. Those are 3800s. Yeah, they're all 3800s. Pretty interesting that they have them for 2025. Let's see if we can get another angle of them. See if we can look at the backs. Yeah, it looks like they have a ton of Bluebird Internationals. Looks like that's all they're going to show us here. Do they have any more street views? Got a Trans-Tech. Got some Trans-Techs here. And you got Visions. It's interesting that they have internationals. Like, still, there's a few C2s here. They must have moved their newer buses or something, but here we got a Trans-Tech Chevy on the HD chassis. Now, that's really cool. I like seeing that. But yeah, that's a Trans-Tech on a HD Chevrolet chassis. That is super cool to see. I love Type A's with like heavy duty chassis. I love seeing that. I'll take a look at it. Looks like we got some more Bluebird Internationals. They got a ton of 3800s in this fleet. That's pretty interesting. Okay, so these are some nice specs. But they definitely look better with full streamers when they're yellow roofs. Looks like we got a Thomas of some sort there. Here's a CE, Vision, CE. There's more buses down here, which it looks like they're a mix of conventional. So they got some C2s, they got CEs, Visions. There's a Thomas of some sort. I'm guessing that's either international or FS65. These are first gen Visions here. Yep, so we got a first gen Vision, we got a third gen, first gen. There's one C2 here. Here's a Thomas. Got a C2 right here. That must be the same one I already showed off. Yeah, 07, that would be a first gen. I'm pretty sure that's the last model year of the first gen. So that one is an 07 right there. The one you're pointing at, or I'm pointing at. That's an 07 right there. There's another C2 here. They don't have a lot of C2s. They have a lot of Visions and CEs. It's like mostly Visions. There's one C2 here, one CE, two CEs. That's a 09 C2. That's cool. This one right here, or this one? Guessing you're talking about this one right here. An 05 FS65 180, which is now retired. I'm guessing you're talking about this one. It's got high headroom, but I could see why it was retired because it doesn't have taillights anymore. That's a nice looking CE right here. It's got air conditioning. It's got tinted windows. That's a nice bus right there. I like the LEDs on these ones. Has a chrome. That one's a yellow grill. There's a chrome grill one right there. Or most you're talking about these ones. 211? Well, here's 281. What's this one right here? That's 172. There's 152. I'm guessing that these ones are 2 model years apart because of the numbering. It would make sense if those were 2 years apart. 211, which has a chrome grille on the front, like a 2023 or 24 CE. Well, these ones are definitely newer because they have the bolded school bus signs. That's a pretty good one, man. Pretty interesting. Hmm. We should have a good view right here. The US bus right there, Chevy. Here we got some Amtran FEs. Oh, these are sharp. Like, they have the streamers on the yellow roofs too, and it looks like a CV200 right there. There's more Amtran FEs, and there's a FanCon. Here we got some StarCraft. Collins. There's a Thomas of some sort. There's more StarCrafts. Got a Microbird. Got a Collins. StarCraft. Minotaur. There's a Thomas of some sort. I'm guessing a Minotaur. Here's some FanCons. There's a Collins. C2. That's a good looking bus right there. Here's a C2. It's got the chrome grille. It's got the black mirror brackets. Here's one CE. Looks like they're doing some work on it. I'll take a look at that right after this one. So here's a C2 with a, not CE2, a CE with a chrome grille. I really like that Amtran FE that you're looking at right now. There's a 139. I'm guessing that's a 2013 CE. Here's a, what is this? Is that a TC or a A3? Hold on. Looks like a TC. Is that, Eric, is this a TC or is this an A3? I'm guessing it's a TC. Yeah, it looks like a TC because of the fender flare right here. I'm guessing that's a TC. But here's a CV200. It's a GMC CV200. I really like the Amtran FE. That's a good looking bus in my opinion. I'm guessing that's like a 2000 or an 01 Amtran FE. Pretty nice lot. That's an A3? Okay. It looked like a TC because of the fender flare. I'm guessing this is the one you're talking about? Let's see if I can find their lot. Okay. Guessing they're right here? No. There's a few buses over here. Let's see if we can take a look at them. Okay, so these Transtechs, Collins, Microbird. Are those FanCons or Transtechs? A FanCon? Hmm. Oh, FanCon Incorporated. Okay. Sorry. Incorporated. Doesn't look like we're going to be able to see much, but let me see what we can find. So that's a VanCon right here. Here's one right here. Yeah, so here's a VanCon right here. I like the boxiness on it. It's pretty nice. So these are all VanCons. Well, considering it's VanCon Incorporated. Is this where they build them, or is this just a VanCon dealership? I'm guessing this is a dealership, because... But yeah, that's pretty nice. Yeah, this looks like a VanCon dealership or something. Let me see if we can find anything else. Looks like there's more stuff over here, I think. So this looks like the chassis where they put the buses on. The bus bodies. So maybe this is where they build them. I'm guessing this is actually where they build them. I thought it was a dealership. So that's where they build them. That's pretty cool. Now we'll move on to some Tennessee school buses. Facility, that's where... Oh, just some New Jersey ones? Okay. That's pretty cool though, man. There's some buses over here. I don't know if it's school buses, but we'll look. Oh, perfect. Perfect. That's a perfect view of buses. So here we got some Thomases. Got some... I'm guessing these are EFs or something. We got an older HDX that has the circular taillights. And here's where they move on to the square LED ones. Well, there's some C2s here. Maybe these are FS65s. Let's see if I can get a front view of those. Here's... Yeah, so those are some EFs. So got some HDXs, some C2s. Looks like an FS65 or 3800. See if we can find another one. Obion City School Bus Garage. Not a lot here, but it looks very potato quality. Yeah, nothing over here. See if Cumberland County's got a lot. Oh yeah, they got some stuff here. So we got a Collins, got another Collins right there. EFXs. Got EFXs, we got an EF. Collins. Another EFX. There's another EFX right there. All right, let's... There's a ton of buses here, so see what we got. What is this? Blackout and black window post? Huh. Is that original New York bus or something? Got some C2s, CEs. Some more C2s, more CEs. Some G5s. It's like a mix of everything. Like there's a Geridian, there's some US buses, mid buses. Here's more of those. Never seen any of those before. That's interesting. Got blackout yellow roofs and black window post tinted windows. Just a ton of C2s and CEs. This looks like a newer one with LED headlights. There's more stuff over here. Got a bunch of Minotaurs. Bunch of Thomas Minotaurs here. It's like we got more stuff over here. We got more C2s, we got more CEs, and another C2 right here. Bunch of Thomases, and here's a Minotaur with a Ford chassis. Definitely much better. I like them a little more than Chevys. So we got most of them on Ford chassis. We got some on Chevy chassis, but in my opinion, they're definitely better on Ford chassis than Chevys. I'm not saying the Chevys are bad, but I've always liked vans on Ford chassis a little more. My dog's going crazy right now. We'll take a look at one more, and then I gotta take my dog outside. In case if he has to go to the bathroom. In Iceland. Eric, after this, man, I gotta take a short pause because I gotta take my dog to the bathroom. Got some nice C2s here. This one's got chrome around the headlights. This one's got these got chrome grills. Got some more. Got all C2s here. I can't go wrong with all C2s in my opinion. Even though most of the time I prefer variety, but I can't go wrong with all Thomas C2s because they are my favorite buses. So I love them. I have so much experience riding Thomas C2s, so except we got one Minotaur here. That looks like a newer one because the paint on it is shiny as heck. I can show you whatever you want, buddy, but I just gotta take my dog outside real quick and then I'll be right back. So don't go anywhere. I like what I'm seeing here, but just give me 1 second here. I'm going to take a short little break because my dog has to go potty. So that's why he's shaking all over the place. So give me 1 second and I'll be right back. Okay. Okay. Sorry about that, Eric. I took my dog out real quick. So, yeah. Um, he didn't really go potty. He just laid outside, but I had to get back to the stream. So, okay. Okay. Guessing this is the place you're talking about on that comment? There's one right here. One VanCon. Two of them. Yeah, they're nice. I like how long the bodies are. That's pretty cool. Yeah, those are nice buses. Oops. Oh. So here's a view of the back of them. Okay, I guess I can't get as good of a view of the back, but guess you'll get that shot of it. Clarkson Avenue. I'm guessing this is the lot right here. Okay, so we got some nicely spec CEs. Some more CEs. We got Visions. It looks like a gas Vision right there. There's EFs. More EFs. C2. More Visions. CE. C2s. Vision. CEs and C2s. Ton of them over here. I like the chrome wheels on this one. There's a Vision with a yellow grill. There's a ton of buses over here. It's like the same stuff back here. It's like there's one CE coming in the lot. There's a gas Vision. It's bus 12. Got a chrome grill. Guess all these C2s have chrome grills. They have the exterior 360 cameras. Here's another gas Vision. I'm guessing these are all gasoline Visions. Here's a little Collins Transit. Here's another Collins. Okay. See what they got. Got a Minotaur. Got a 2nd Gen CE. StarCraft. The US bus. There's some Collins. There's a StarCraft. Minotaur. StarCraft. StarCraft. Got one C2 pulling in the lot. Got some Collins. Is a... What is that? A Transtac. Looks like another one. Another, StarCraft, I guess. Yep. StarCraft. There's a Ford. That's a VanCon, I think. A VanCon Ford. There's two C2s. Collins. StarCraft. It's either a US bus or a Transtac. This is a Transtac, so I guess that's a Transtac as well. Another Collins. More Collins, StarCraft. Two Star... Is that a US bus right there? US bus? Well, now the CE's blocking it. That's a StarCraft. Those are StarCraft quests. And this is a US bus right here. I showed that off earlier. And there's that Minotaur I showed off earlier too. Nice variety. Oh. I kind of skipped one, but I'll go back to it. No, that's not what I wanted. What the? I want a school bus company. Gummit. There we go. That's what I wanted. It's like we'll get a good view of these ones. Okay, so we got a US bus. Look at this old bus right here. Got some mini birds. Collins. Guessing that's a US bus. Another one right here. I shut off that Collins here, but I'm figuring out what this is. That's a VanCon? That's an older bus for sure. Can't tell what... I guess that's a VanCon. Got a bunch of mini birds here. August of 2007. It's like a US bus or something, or a mid bus. That's all we're going to be able to see out of that one. I skipped the Barkert one. There's a bunch of stuff over here, so I hope we can see everything. Get closer. Okay, there is a VanCon right there. That's definitely a VanCon. StarCraft. I see there's a bunch of Minotaurs and VanCons. There is one C2 in the garage and a Bluebird next to it. Well, that's what I looked up, I'm pretty sure of. Hmm. I'll try it again, but I'm pretty sure this is it right here. What? This one. I'm pretty sure that's what I looked up. I must have spelt it wrong. Is it this one? Isn't it this one? This one right here? Pretty sure that's what I just looked up. J&J Transportation. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Hmm. Doesn't look like I see any buses here. Now I do. So we got some C2s. Wait a minute. That's not what I wanted, was it? Huh. That's not what I wanted. Must be crazy. Well, that's what's showing up, but I'm not seeing any buses in the lot. All I saw were those two C2s. Yeah, that's all I'm seeing, man, are these C2s. Let's say Weehawken Township Board of Education. I'm not seeing any buses, man. So I go further down. Yeah, there's nothing there. Oh, man. Mm. See if I can find a lot. Hmm. We might have looked at this one already, but let me double check. There's a bunch of buses here. So we got a bunch of C2s. We got a Thomas 3800. Bunch of C2s. We got some FS65s. Here's a Carpenter. Carpenter International. Got some C2. We got some CEs. Got some older buses over here. Yeah, we got some older internationals. Got some more C2s. Some more internationals. I'm guessing they're international CEs. So we got a bunch of more stuff over here. So we got another Carpenter. Got a Wayne International lifeguard. Then we just got a bunch of C2s spawning here. There's a bunch of 3800s down this line. Got some more of those Waynes. It's from 2011. They have all these Waynes in the lineup. Bunch of first gen CEs. I'm guessing that's what those were, what we saw earlier. Got a shorty C2. Got some more first gens. Got some more C2s. There's a FS65. That's a good lot there. A lot of interesting stuff there. Pretty good variety. Okay, we got some buses here. Let's start over here. No buses, man. Hold on, let me see if I can get another street view. Are these trucks or are they buses? Am I not looking at the right thing? They're just trucks here, man. Those are just trailers. There's no buses, man. They might have everything all locked up or something. Wait, I'm confused. I'm confused. Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. Okay, we got some CEs. A bunch of CEs. Got some Type A's over there. This CE doesn't have a rear door anymore. There's a bunch of CEs here. There's one C2 I see. I see, get it? There's one vision and I see C2 right next to it. There's some Minotaurs. See if we can sneak up here and more Minotaurs. Guess we can't see anything over here. Okay, I could see one Minotaur. Another one over here. There's, when I guess, a vision, and there's two CEs. There's one CE there. There's one C2. Another C2. It's a nice vision here. And see the rest of the lineup there. So here's where you guys can see the Thomas factory. It's a bunch of Minotaurs and C2s. So this is where all the Thomas buses are made. There's a bunch more C2s here. There's a C2 chassis that's yet to be put on. There's a few of them over there. See if we can take a look down there. There's the back of those ones that I showed earlier. There's one sitting there. There's a few sitting over there. See if I can get another shot of those. See if we can look at the rest of these. This should be a good view. So here's some Julie C2s. There's an activity C2 right here. There's a bunch of them over here. There's some HDXs. There's an HDX right here. That's a good view right here. You could see them all the way over here. There's an HDX. There's EFXs over there. There's more EFXs. There's some C2s, of course, HDXs. There's some blue Minotaurs here. There's a North Carolina C2 right there. There's a Florida one right there. There's some over there. So it looks like they have them by state specs too. Like they align them up with all the state specs. It's pretty cool, guys. Like this is the Thomas plant, so you can see everything. I'll show you IC's lot. I'll show you IC's factory too. IC of Tulsa, Oklahoma. I'll show you all their stuff. It's like they got a 3rd gen right here. See if we can take a look at all their stuff. So yeah, you can see a bunch of 3rd gens here. Because that's all they've got at this point. So everything in this lot's going to be 3rd gens. There's a bunch of them over here. They're all 3rd gens. I'll show you their old street views, and I'll try to go back to Thomas and do the street view too. But here's one 2nd gen. But this is where all the ICCEs are made. Right here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. There's a bunch of 3rd gens. There's one 2nd gen. Bunch of 3rd gens. More 3rd gens. That's pretty cool that they updated their street view and all you see are basically 3rd gens. See if we can look at some more of them. So here's all their 3rd gens over here. I like this Kentucky spec one right here. Check out this one. This one right here. This one's a Kentucky spec one. Here's a Texas one. Here's more Texas ones. Here's a California spec one. I believe either that or New York spec. That one's New York specs. So you could see how it's got the changeable school bus sign. Yeah, that's a New York one. I like these. I like this one with the black hood. Super cool. You see all 3rd gens. And here's another New York one. It's either a North Carolina or a New York one. Yeah, this one's a New York. This one almost looks like a Sci-Fair spec one. But this one has a yellow roof, so I'm not quite sure if it's the case. But here's a tiny little 3rd gen right here. It's so small. There's a few more of them there. But yeah, so let's go back to Thomas and see if we can pull up more street views. Because I only showed you the one street view. Well, let's go back to that other side. I'm sure they got more street views, so yeah, they got way more street views, so let's go to 2021. So you can see HDXs right there. You can see C2s. There's an EFX right here. There's another HDX. Oops. There's another HDX right here. Yeah, it's so cool to see all these. I can't wait till they update their street view and show us EFX2s and HDX2s. Here's all of them from 2016, and there's all the Type A chassis. Some HDXs. I'll show you as many street views as I can. We went all the way to 2016, so let's go to 2017. See what it looked like. So here's all the HDXs, more C2s. Nothing different. I want to see 2009. It's potato quality, but it's nothing different than you've seen. Here's a unused chassis again. Here's all their activity HDXs. These are their 2011 C2s because they're the 95th anniversary. This one is. And here's 2015. So all the unused chassis and everything. Alright, so we got some mid buses. Got some more van cons. There's a Jeep with school bus yellow. Some Collins, some van cons, Collins. There's one CE. There's another one there, and a few more there. See what they got over here. A6 CEs. There's a G5 CEs. Those are shorty CEs. Looks like that's all we're going to be able to see for that. Well, I kind of want to show off some more states, so I want to show off some other states too, so we'll make this the last two New Jersey ones then, because I want to show off other states. So we got what is that, a Trans-Tech? No, that's an ICAE. That's the first time I've seen one of those in a lot. Got some CEs, we got a Collins, I think. A mid-bus, Chevy. Got some more of them. Collins, mid-buses, whatever. Got some more CEs. Some more Collins. Older Collins. Bunch of CEs. Bunch more CEs. More CEs, and these have chrome grills. Nice. Those are sharp looking buses. Oop. All right, so we'll make this the last one for New Jersey. Like I said, I want to show off other states. And did I do something wrong here? Okay. I'm not getting any results here. Yeah, I'm not getting any results here, man. Okay, that one will. Let's see if we can find something there. But then, like I said, I want to make this the last New Jersey one. As much as I enjoy looking at them with you, but I want to take a look at other states. That's kind of this. I'm trying to do variety here, so I appreciate you requesting these. I really do, buddy. Like I said, I enjoy looking at them, and I'll look at them some more. But I just want to show off other states. Okay, here's some stuff over here. Ooh, got an old mid bus there. Actually, what is that? US bus, I think. Here's a VanCon. I think that's a Transtech, actually. There's a Collins. Here's a Minotaur. There's a... Oh, that's a VanCon. There's a Microbird. What are these weird looking things? Is there more street views we can look at? Because it keeps changing on me. It's taking me all the way back to 2015. Keep me on the same street view. Here's a Bluebird. There's a C2. So that's a Collins. That's a Transtech, I think. There's a Minotaur. Not a Minotaur, a Microbird. Another Microbird that's missing headlights. There's a Collins, Microbird, Transtech, Microbird, another Transtech. Either that or US bus. More like Microbirds. Let's see if we can get anything else. Okay, we got some FS65s. We got some C2s. Out of EF, FS65 CE. Got a bunch of stuff over here. Got Microbirds, Collins, US bus, mid bus, whatever. One Collins. Thomas. Okay. That's going to be the last New Jersey one that I look at. It's a good lot. I like that variety. All right, Eric, I gotta give a chance to look at some other ones too, like from other states, like I mentioned. It's not like I said. I enjoy doing this, but I gotta do other stuff too, because it's. I mean, I'm not trying to be rude or anything. It's just that I want to look at other stuff too, you know. So just please understand, like I gotta do other states too, other stuff. Variety is what I'm trying to do. So there's one C2. Like I said, I enjoy doing this. Don't get me wrong. tell what that is. There's Vision. There's 2 C2s. 2 more here. Minotaur. A few of them there. Is there anything else? Yeah, I enjoy doing this with you, buddy, and we will do this some more at some point. But like I said, I just want to do other stuff too. So I hope I'm not trying to be rude or anything. It's just everybody's got to see other stuff too. So I got to give some other people a chance to like share some stuff with me. So I enjoy this. It's really fun to get to do this. And like I said, I'll do this plenty more times. And I'll live stream for anything else too, for buses. So said. But anyway, yeah, so that's pretty good. Really fun, man. Now I want to show Bluebird's factory. I will have to go back to IC and look at their other street views. Not the sales. I want to blue. That's more like it. That's more like what I want. Show off their Bluebirds. Do they even have any? This is where the Bluebirds, I'm pretty sure, are made, in Fort Valley, Georgia. But I'm not seeing anything in their lot. Huh. Here we go. Guess we can show off if what they have. Which I'm not seeing anything. Well, that's a Florida spec Vision, but I'm not seeing anything on Street View. All right, I guess we'll go back to IC. I'll do that in a future stream, okay? Just like I said, I want to show off other states. I know we just looked at these, but we're gonna change our street view so we can see the rest of their other things, like their second gen. So got a bunch of them here since I showed you the Thomas one, but that looks like a Sci-Fair one right there. See if we can come over here. It's like there's going to be a lot of CEs, of course. There's a Kentucky one. There's a Transit ICRE. See if we can find any. Well, no, because that's what we just looked at. See 2011. See if we got anything interesting. Oh yeah, we got some REs. Some more REs. Some activity CEs. I was 10 years old in this point, and I was 11 in this one. So, we got a lot of CEs, and here's those green CEs that I've seen on a video before. Pretty interesting, they're all green. Here's a California spec CE. That's a handy bus. See if we look at some other stuff over here. So we got this California spec RE. A bunch of REs over here. More REs. More CEs. Let's go back to 07 and see if we can see some FEs. We're going to see some CEs in this one. It's a little potato quality, so let's see if we can find any FEs. Since it's 07. Looks like we bought a bunch of second-gen CEs. Yeah, I don't think we're going to have any luck with that. Can always try. So we got a bunch of CEs. They're potato quality. Oh my gosh. Oh man. There goes my recliner arm. Okay, I think I'm kind of done looking at Google Maps for a bit. Earlier I was showing off these buses for sale. I also like to look at Tampa bus services to show you what they got. So let's look at that. They got a 07 C2 with a Cat C7. I don't know where this came from. So here's the Cat C7 right here. Here's a shot of the dash. Another shot of the engine. It's took same pictures more than once. That's a Max Force DT. No, that's not true. They don't put those in C2s. Says this one's a handy bus, which it is. It's got a Max Force DT. Pre-def. 09 CE with a Max Force DT. I'm guessing this was the bus they got that picture from. So they make a mistake of showing them. So we got some like paint fading on the back. It's kind of expected with our Florida weathers. Not a bad looking bus right there. Oh, here we got a A3FE. The 08 model, 09 with a Cat C7. It's got the extended skirt. We had a couple of Visions like that. So looking at the back of it's almost like looking at the back of a Vision when I see those like extended skirts. That's a nice looking bus though. It's got air conditioning. There's a look at your C7. Another 06 CE with a DT466E. Look at this shorty FS65. So this one's very short without a wheelchair lift. Adam, this would be a good bus for you. It's an 01. I think it's got a Cat 3126. Guys, check out Project 681. But this would be a cool bus for him, though. It's a Thomas FS65 with the Cat 3126. It's a shorty without a handy, and it was a Florida bus. It doesn't have dual stop signs because it's not long enough for that, but this would be a cool bus for him. Since he owns a Bluebird International shorty without a handy. That's pretty cool, man. I always love seeing short buses without wheelchair lifts. Got a 2015, $21,000. Oofda. That's These are quite high prices for these buses. Here we got a 2016 C2, 834. It's got a 6.7 Cummins, air conditioning. It's got underbody storage, which is great. There's another shot of your Cummins, 6.7. Front of the bus, pretty basic C2 from what I'm familiar with, but so it only has underbody storage on the passenger side, which I'm cool with that. I would love one of those Florida C2s, but they are a lot of money. At $29,000, almost 30 grand. That's a fortune for that, man. There's the same bus. They posted on there twice. There's the 2012 CE Max Force DT. I'm guessing. Max Force DT. Here's the shot of it. This bus could use some cleanup, man. I probably would never buy a CE with a Max Force because they're not very reliable engines. So if I go with a second gen, I'd rather have a DT466E. None of that computer stuff. But I'd probably go with the first gen CE with the T444E. That's what I'd rather deal with. But here we got a New York spec A3RE or A3FE. Maybe is it? Maybe it's a Michigan bus. Wonder where it came from. Because it has the blackout. Almost looks like New York though. I can't tell, but it has the 6.7 Cummins. Yeah, this looks very New York to me. I'm not quite sure. I'm just showing you guys what they have in their inventory. There seems like they're getting rid of a lot of 2015 Visions. Those are very early third gens. And here we got a Maryland bus. This was an original Maryland bus, so it's a 2009. Or maybe it's not Maryland because it has this. So I think this is Alabama, actually. I believe this is an Alabama bus. But there's no air condition, which is disappointing. It has driver air conditioning controls, but not passenger. But there's a 6.7 Cummins. Yeah, this is definitely an Alabama bus. Yeah, oh, what the heck is up with that? Looks like it backed into something or something hit into it. So here we got a first gen CE. It's got a DT466E. It's a shorty, handy. There's the back of the bus towards the angling. There's the air condition. The other one. This bus could also use a cleanup. It's front of bus. There's the tires. Needs a little bit of attention. Of course, there's a shot of the 466E. guys like first gen, so I like them too. Like I said, if I own one, I'd go with a 444E. A lot of bit of 2016 C2s on here as well. Okay, so this is a Vandura right here. So I mentioned that was a VanCon, which is kind of what it looked like, but it's a Vandura. It's what it's branded as. It's got a Duramax diesel, so it's a Chevrolet. This is a diesel-powered bus, Type A. And it has a DEF tank in it. 2010. So that's a Vandura is what those are referred to as. See, I'm not knowledgeable on Type A's, so yeah, I'm not very knowledgeable on my Type A's, so okay, we got a D3RE. There's a 2012 HDX that's been up on here. A Vision, bunch of CEs. Here we got a TC2000 FE. It almost looks like a TC1000, but TC1000s are boxy. But here's a shot of your 24 valve 5.9 Cummins. It's got a manual door. It's got a 545 transmission, it looks like. Or Allison 2000. Yep, that's better. That sounds more like it, but yep, it's very short. Very shorty. See if I'll go back this way to see if we're all caught up. And we got some ICREs, which piqued y'all's interest. I wouldn't mind this one, this '07, but it could use a little cleanup with the warning light mask. But that's an easy fix, really. Like, I wouldn't mind this RE because it has a 466. And it has underbody storage on both sides. Well, no, just the one side. But it still has underbody storage. That can come in very handy. And these back tires here definitely look like they're good in condition. Here's the inside of the bus. Yeah, it could use a repaint because like I said, with their Florida weathers, it's kind of to be expected that these old buses fade. But there's your 466E. Of course, you can't get REs anymore with V8s. I don't even think they made RE200s like ever since Amtrak, because I know Amtrak REs you could get like V8s. But ever since they switched to the IC branding, then that was never the case. Here's another shorty FS65, and I've seen this one up here for a while. But here's another one that isn't a wheelchair lift, but again, it could still use some work with the paint. And these seats are very disgusting. They're very moldy. Here's another shot. Here's a Cat 3126. But this one has dual stop sign, but the other one I showed you did not. It's got the 2000 series transmission. I've seen this C2 up for sale for a while. There's another RE 07 model year. This CE has double nickel mirrors. There's a Kentucky spec C2 in that lot too. They still have these trucks up for sale. There's a 2011 Vision. See, it says it's 2011 Vision, so it looks like they replaced the hood on this one. But yeah, so that's basically it for this. Suppose I can show you the rest of what's on here. It says an 07 A3 FE. This has got a Cat C7. 5.9, so it's a Cummins. It's got a 5.9 Cummins. They don't have any pictures of the engine. This is a Ford Ecoline. It is a mid-bus. So we got a ICRE 2011 with a Max Force DT. It's got brown seats. Those are brown seats or red seats? Red seats. You don't see that very much in ICs. Just see the last page. There's some EFs. But yeah, so that's basically that. Oh man. Oops, that's a shot of the games. See if we can find Nashawn's flickr. No, he's got a flickr. Okay. Let's look at his flickr now. So he's got some of the stop signs that flash the word stop. Here's one of the new Visions. That's a propane Vision and that's a gasoline. There's some third gen CEs. There's a full lineup of those third gens. Looks like he got some photos from a dealership. There's some New York specs. There's a New York spec CE right there. There's more third gens. There's second gens, more thirds. A mix of third and second gen. More third gens. Guessing that's a third gen. 1509. Okay, these are second gens. More third gens. More third gens. Those are some pretty sharp looking third gens. That is definitely a New York one. There's another New York bus. Looks like this is an IC dealership here. Wonder why this one's got tape on the school bus sign. There's a bunch of third gens here. That's a second gen, I believe. No, it's not. It's a third gen. Third gen. These are New York ones. New York spec ones. You know, I think I'm going to switch over to rigs, rods. Get y'all some driving content. That's what I feel like doing. I will have to get you for that. Hold on a second. I will. Hold on 1 second. I just gotta pull it up again. I'm taking a little break from Google Maps, so we'll pull all that up some more, but I'm just gonna do a little driving for you guys on ROR. I'll take you on a 3rd gen CE. Why not? See if we can get one that works well. Okay. So here we are on a 3rd gen CE. Here's a shot of a 3rd gen. Maple Grove School District, which is technically a Minnesota district. I showed you a picture on my flickr earlier of one. It was a Minnesota bus, so this is... It says it's a Maryland... It's got a Maryland license plate, but it's a not a Michigan, a Minnesota bus. We'll get back to Google Maps a little later, Eric. I'm just going to take a little break from that. So we're taking you on a drive on a 3rd gen CE. Beautiful bus right here. vehicles will do a school bus stop. I hope you guys enjoy this drive for a little while. We'll do this for a little bit, then we'll get back to Google Maps and stuff like that. Just taking you on a drive on a third gen C, and we'll drive a few more buses and get back to it. Show you a shot of those doors closing. That's how they close on their end. one more shot of it, then we'll switch to another bus. Show you the back of it real quick, since we're at the stoplight. Pretty much the same as the second gen on the back. Then we'll spawn in a bus of your interest. Alright, so next bus we're gonna spawn is a 1995 Wayne International Lifeguard. That would be cool, dude. Unfortunately, I don't have the technology to do all that. I would love to make mods, I just have to figure it out in the future. But she's got the 7.3 liter T444E. It's pretty identical to Noah's Wayne International Lifeguard 3800. The specs on it are very similar, except that he did change his hood to where it has black on the top. His hood originally came with the DT466 badging, but the bus has a T444E included, so is this one here in ROR. I love this bus, man. I love me some Wayne International. Like I said, I wish I had the technology and knowledge to do all that, but I don't. Maybe someday I will, but it's just, right now I just don't have the technology to make mods. Like I said, we'll figure it out in the future. I think that'll look fast, but it's alright. Bus can be quite fast, but I would hit the brake a little hard. as it's driving past. Ah, man. I haven't done this in a little while, but that's alright. We're just doing this for fun. Sorry guys, I wasn't really paying much attention to that, but I kind of stuck that sidewall, so that's kind of cool. Alright, next bus, we got a 2019 Thomas Safety Liner EFX. Let's wait for that to spawn. There it is. 2019 EFX. It does have a little soot on the exhaust coming out, so Alright, so next bus we have is a 2015 Bluebird All-American D3 RE. Not D3, T3 RE. I don't have any D3s in here, I wish. Little four-wheel drive action there. Sounds cool, man. Seems like you really love your VanCon school buses. Said, I'm more of, like, Type C buses. Like, I just like bigger buses, so... I'd rather have a Type C more than a Type D, though. But in Rigs or Rods, of course, I'm taking you on rides here. So, my favorite buses are C2s, as you guys all know. But, Eric, it seems like you do love your VanCon buses. Like, you can't... You're allowed to like what you like, man. I respect that. Like, it seems to me like you've been around them for quite a while, that you like them so much. Said, I respect that. To me, I like big buses, like bigger Type C's. I like Visions, I like CEs, I like C2s, of course, but I have reasons for why I like C2s, because I've been around them so much. Just like you might have been with your VanCons. I've been around C2s way more than any other school bus. So, I had a lot of fun for the ones that I've ridden. To me, they're the best. They're, in my opinion, the best Type C school buses still around. Now, if you guys want another answer other than C2s as my favorite bus, I would have to say like an old Wayne International, or like just something old, you know? Like, if you want an interest other than C2s, it would be like an old International. Whether it's a Thomas, whether it's a Bluebird, IC, like CE first generation, Amtrak, all those companies, like, I like older school buses. But most of the older school buses I've been around were all Thomas bodies. Like, we've had International 3800s on Thomas bodies, we've had FS65s on Thomas bodies, we've had HDXs, ERs, HDs. Like, somebody even told me we had S-Series Thomases at one point. I'm like, I wish I would have seen them, if we did. But Lake County does have other fleets, so of course our Leesburg one doesn't. I don't remember seeing any of those there. But like when I was in high school, we had like a Thomas 3800 used as a band bus. I wish I'd have gotten pictures of it while I was in school. That would have been cool. But yeah, so we're gonna get to driving a few more buses. Then we'll get back to looking at lots and stuff like that. I don't plan to do this stream much longer because I've been killing a lot of time just to do this. So we're going to get to a few more buses here. I know they're very short, but I don't have a lot more energy left inside of me. Because I've been streaming for a while. It was like 2 o'clock when I started this one. I think it was like, I know I started the first one at 1 o'clock, but didn't have a microphone. But here's my favorite bus of Rigs of Rods right now. Because you all know what it does. I love this bus dearly. Like every time I spawn a game of Rigs of Rods, I can't be without this bus. It's just I just love being able to have a C2 that has an engine where you can open the hood and see it. And it's a C2, you know? It's the only C2 I have in the game that does that. I can't help that. Like it's just like every time I'm in Rigs of Rods, this is my bus, you know? This is my bus that I always want to cruise around in. But I know for the sake of the stream and the video, that's not what it's about. I just think it's so cool to have a C2 with an opening hood. And there is a halogen version of this, but of course I go with the LED headlight version. Because that's what makes a C2 look even better. Like I said, I can't resist that. I just can't resist it. It's a beautiful bus. Whoever made this, like, Bus 12, you did an amazing job on this mod, dude. I have no other words to say about it. Like, it's awesome. That's why every time I spawn a game of Rigs of Rods, I just cannot be without this bus. I can't. To have a C2 and open its hood, I mean, literally. I just have like all the old international basic Thomases, like 3800s, S-Series, and FS65s. Those are the only other buses that I have on here that can open hoods. But to have a C2 with it, what more is there to say? Like, it's amazing. I have no complaints about this at all. My favorite school bus. Like, this is my absolute favorite mod in Rigs of Rods that I have. This is the absolutely best bus I've ever had in this game. I love it. Like I said, I just don't know what else to say. Yeah, this bus is absolutely gorgeous. Like, my absolute favorite bus in this game. Like I said, it's like every time I spawn in a game on this, I can't be without it. I can't express enough on how amazing this is. Out of all the C2s that I have, this one cannot be beat. Unless I find another C2 that has one, but I highly doubt that. I wish I could take y'all longer on this, but for the time of the stream, I may have to cut it a little short here, though. It's just like, if I do too long of streams, then I'll get extremely tired, guys. So I think I'm gonna cut it after this last bus I drive on here. It's just doing long streams like this. It's fun and everything, but it's very time consuming. It takes a lot of time out of your day, you know? And I'm taking a lot of time out of my day just to create content. And now that I can do live streams, it's just, I'm just so excited what I can do more with my channel, you know what I mean? And I'm giving you guys also something to enjoy to watch. And guys, I did mention last night that I'm going to get American Truck Simulator videos up and running. But I'm going to do it this way, record it with my face on the video, because I can't seem to figure out how to do it without my camera. You know, I just can't figure it out. It's just not working out, so bear with me, and I will get content up that soon, but I'm just like exhausted for the day, so there will be future streams coming, guys, don't you worry, but I think this is going to be the last of it right here for today, because it is football season. I'm not upset about viewers. I'm not at all. Like, I'm doing this for the enjoyment, but you guys are more than welcome to watch. If you watch this pre-recorded, hit the like button for me and subscribe to my channel, because there will be future live streams coming. I promise you guys, there's going to be plenty you'll enjoy. But we're going to drive a 2022 Vision, and then I'm going to cut it for today. So I appreciate those that have been watching, and if you want to see more, just subscribe if you haven't. I highly recommend you subscribe to other enthusiasts too, because Cameron, for example, he did join my live stream last night. I know he might not have made it to this one, but there will be plenty more along the way. But like I said, I enjoy doing these, but they are just very time consuming. I haven't done this in such a while, it takes me time to get used to it. Like I said, this is going to be the last of it, so I'm just going to do a short little drive here. I'll do another school bus stopping on the Vision here. And I turn on the reds too early. I'll do another one, just because. I like these honeycomb grill Visions though, I really do. But I just don't like the plastic on the warning light mask, you know what I mean? Like, it's very cheap, and it can break off on you in a point of time. It's like cheap plastic. I'm not a fan of it. I'm not really a fan of the new Visions with the slanted warning light mask though, because they make it look like an IC, and only IC can pull that off. But I know Bluebird has done that since like the All-American D3s. You know, it's just weird, because it's Bluebird, you know? This is a Bluebird Vision. A Bluebird should just remain what they have been, you know? But there is one thing on Bluebirds that I wish they would change. And the big thing is this post in the windshield. I mean, it's 2025. It's not the 1970s and 60s. where that might have been necessary. Because Thomas and IC, both of Bluebird's competitors, they got rid of it. So IC got rid of it in 2005 when they made the second gen CE. And Thomas got rid of it in 2004 when they made the C2. So both of Bluebird's competitors have no longer used it, but Bluebird just can't figure that out. I'm not shaming you guys as Bluebird fans, but there is something they can change. And that being definitely the window post in the windshield. It's way overdue, you know, for that to change, because like I said, both of Bluebird's competitors quit doing it. And Bluebird just can't figure that out. I like Bluebirds because they remain the same as their body style. Their body style has remained, which makes me happy, you know? Because a Bluebird should remain what it always has been. But in the modern days, it's just, they need to get rid of the window post, you know? In the windshield. It's way overdue, man. It's just that Bluebird, it's kind of ready for them to make a future change, you know? And I hope they'll figure it out to get rid of that post. Because if they do that, I guarantee you that their buses are going to be a lot stronger. Like, I would be happy if they got rid of it on the T3s, too. On the All-Americans, like, all their buses. It's just, it's long overdue, you know? That's the one thing Bluebird needs to change, in my opinion. Alright. I am just ready to chill for the rest of the day. But anyway, guys, that is going to do it for today's stream. Thank you so much for watching, and watch out for more school bus related content. Hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't, and I will see y'all in the next video or stream. So, I don't know when I'll stream again, but it will happen again. I'm not quite sure when, but I'm just extremely tired. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching.